welcome on board Sanjiv Bhasin as well to talk to us about specific stocks. Mr. Bhasin, hi, good morning. Thanks so much for making time. Let's begin by discussing the pharma sector. The earnings this time have managed to show an improvement with the exception of Divi's, which of course was a big miss on the margin front. The commentary is something there the street likes. Even Gland, after many quarters, has managed to deliver a okay set. What's your take, within the pharma space? Which are the stocks that you like?
Yeah, good morning, Anisha. You are right. Divi's did disappoint, but the management sounded very confident on the second half, and that's the commentary from a lot of players on the second half of the calendar year, and that I think is going to be very instrumental. Now, pharma, we've seen blockbuster numbers from Cipla, Sun Pharma, and Dr. Reddy. I continue to think the dark horse play over there, which will come out with superb numbers, is Lupin. Lupin has undergone a lot of sea change in the last 2 years. Their generic pricing, their distribution, and their new product launches are very strong. So Lupin is my dark horse play. The stock has given a smart run up, but I still think Lupin is headed higher. You can add a basket of maybe Cipla, and given that it is a takeover target, given a Cipla, Dr. Reddy, and a Sun Pharma. DVs, yes, on declines would be a buy, because in contract farming, in the API distribution, they are one of the largest players. And I think the second half will see much better margins and volumes.
Right. Sanjiv, hi, good morning. It's the small caps wherein, all the gains are getting made, with the index now at a live high once again. Any small cap idea that you would have for our viewers?
Well, Aisha, it's very difficult. I think like you said, I've just made an observation. When the markets fall, the small caps fall about 0.5%, half of what the large cap. But when they rise 2 times the amount, which is telling you the flows, the numbers, and the left out feeling is humongous. I still think, you can have a bargain like an idea. Now, ideas run up from 11 to 14, but given the spate of 4 positive things, I would still put my money on Idea and TTML. The dark horse play over here, again, today's numbers will be Devyani International. If you saw the numbers from Varun Beverages and the others, they've been re-rated. Devyani is one stock you must own in your portfolio. It's an expensive stock, but given the pedigree of the management, the business, I think this can be an outperformer. So small and mid cap would be Idea, and Devyani would be my bet on the slightly longer term, slightly more market cap play.
Okay, so that's Devyani International, one of the names that you must have in your portfolio. But Mr. Bhasin, what about Nykaa? What do you make of the earnings?
Well, I have not fully diagnosed the numbers. We've kept our preference to Zomato, PB Fintech, and Paytm. Nykaa is in, maybe the numbers were slightly ahead, but the type of competition which is coming around with the Mamaearth and the others. So we will have to watch the numbers and the performance, the management's language. I won't be able to comment much on it because I'm not tracking it for some time.
Mamaearth itself, Mr. Bhasin, any takes there?
On which one,
Mamaearth, Honasa, which is getting listed today. What should investors do?
No, both those issues today, Mamaearth and ASK, we are the merchant bankers to that, so I will not be able to comment on that.
Fair enough.
Sanjiv, why has Pharma made a comeback? I mean, we don't realize it while we talk extensively about banks and defense. Look at Pharma stocks, Aurobindo from where to where, DV, Sun, with the exception of, let's say, a Loris and a Granules. By and large, Pharma has made a comeback.
Is that for me, Nikunj?
अरे सर कितने बसीन साहब हैं शो के ऊपर
अच्छा
एक ही तो है वन एंड ओनली इन द वर्ल्ड ओनली
हाँ तो देखिए निकुंज जी गुड मॉर्निंग देखिए फार्मा becomes a very good proxy to a weak rupee. Everyone thought that COVID and the thereabouts after that was the be all end all, but not realizing that generic pricing, the power to compound into more geographies, and the pricing of their products became very attractive, and numbers have been actually beating all expectations. Plus, like I said, the biggest alibi has been that rather than IT, you would be in pharma to play a weak rupee, and that has been a splendid outperforming sector. I continue to think that some of the select players. See, these are very big brands from Cipla, Sun Pharma, Aurobindo. Now they are just coming of age. And I still continue to think Lupin can be a huge outperformer. You can add a basket of stock. But Nikunj, here I would advise investors that do a couple of research and buy a mutual fund which has a pharma specific. SBI and Nippon have two very good funds. Their fund managers are very learned, and that diversification of portfolio would be very ideal over here.
Mr. Bhasin, when would you look at booking some profits in the real estate names, if at all?
Very difficult question, Anisha. If you tried that in the last 6 months, you lost out on the last variance of them. And remember, when gold and stocks do well, all asset classes will flow into fixed assets. I live near just 1 kilometer away from Camellias and Magnolias, and DLF is sitting on hot cakes. They are selling like anything. Godrej is launching new products which are getting projects which are getting sold out. I have no two ways that there is miles to go. So, stocks which are making new highs, the underlying business, the fundamentals of the wealth creation and owning an asset like real estate, whether Bombay or Delhi or the smaller cities, even in smaller migrated city, you won't believe the type of, appreciation in prices from Rajkot to Junagadh to Amritsar. And I think that these big players have made a presence throughout, at least NCR, they are one of the biggest players. And Anisha, go with the tide. Don't try and time yourself in booking these stocks, because I think there is still miles to go. Real estate turns once in 10 years and then it rides for the next 3-4 years. So till the elections or the budget, we will stay put. Then we will take it on the basis of some volatility. But I think asset prices are set to be higher, at least in the near 6 months.
DLF 592, 50% this year. Guys, we don't realize that what a year it's been. While we may look at the market from the prism of Nifty and say it's nothing sort of an year, but stocks have just gone gangbusters. And when I say year, November and December, this is beginning of the November, and then 2 months are still left. And I don't think we're done with the last one. I'm absolutely clear with this one. What should one do with Zomato now? Trading, volume, excitement, momentum, everything is there. But at 125 rupees, Bhasin Saab, Zomato is also trading at a market cap of 1 lakh crore. 1 lakh crore is a very respectable market cap. And at 1 lakh crore, if I look at the profit what this company is doing, yes, growth may be high, it is still 40-50 crores. So while this high growth business is great, but at a market cap of 1 lakh crore, I'm getting several companies where the profit is 500 crores.
Yes, that is a difficult pill to swallow. But if you saw the compatriots in maybe China and the US of a similar business, their market caps are much higher. So I think that, see, this is the first type of listing in a space which it owns. And given the biggest demographic premium of India and the houses converting from millennials to order when they want, their margins expanding, now they are creating an AI on a lot of things. So very innovative and very fruit bearing. Now, Nikunj, in the short run, like you said, market cap and pricing is not giving any room of comfort, but ownership is the key. So you've seen 140 in listing to hit 40 and back to 120. If you sat through this 1.5 years, you didn't lose money. And even if the actual investor at 76 is making a handsome profit. So I think new age businesses, fintech, Paytm, Zomato and PB Fintech likes, you have to stay put for the next 2-3 years if you are a wealth creator and you can sit through some of the volatility. Valuations will always be slightly expensive and the missed out feeling on Zomato is humongous.
In the meantime, Mr. Bhasin, we'll let you go. Appreciate you joining us on the show.